Okay, so now it's time to look into Oracle TDE. I believe a lot of DBAs and people who are in IT industry would have heard this term TDE. But what exactly is TDE? So TDE stands for Transparent Data Encryption. So if you try to break it further, if you say transparent, why do we call it transparent? It is transparent because as an application, you don't have to make any kind of changes, or you don't need to make any application changes to configure or to utilize TDE, which is Transparent Data Encryption. Next, we talk about data encryption. Guys, always remember when we are talking about TDE, we are talking about data at rest. Data at rest means the data at rest is encrypted. So the data in transit is different from data at rest, right? And when I'm saying data at rest, all I mean by data at rest is the data which is residing in your storage or the data which is on your database files. So let's say if the TDE is not implemented, if somebody or hacker or any internal guy can easily pick your, say, database files, run a strings command, and can easily see the data which is inside your database files. I'm sure you must have been thinking, oh, database files are binary files. How can you read? But guys, there are ways. And I will actually show you in a demo that you can actually read your data inside database files. So I don't think so there can be any better diagram than this one to describe TDE. So if you see here, this is your Oracle database. Inside that, you have sensitive data. When I say sensitive data, any data that is related to your personal information, like it could be your national insurance number, it could be social security number, it could be credit card number. Let's say that data is stored here. So, and that data itself is stored inside a database file or a DBF, right? It would be stored in this format, in kind of a binary format. But if I have access to this database file and if I run a strings command, I can easily get the data out and actually read this information. And that's pretty much possible. Okay, so what is TDE? TDE basically enables you to encrypt sensitive data that you store in the tables and tablespaces. Again, I'm repeating, when I say TDE, it is the data at rest, not data in transit. Data in transit is when the data or the blocks go from your storage onto your buffer cache. That is a different mechanism, and we'll look into that as well. After the data is encrypted, the data is transparently decrypted for the authorized users. This goes down to the actual name transparent. Why it is transparent? Because we are not making any kind of application changes to implement TDE. So this encryption, this decryption is done by Oracle software itself on the fly. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to make any changes on the application side. All the change that has to be made is made by the DBA who's just configuring TDE. TDE stores the encryption keys in a security module external to the database. So it's always said that never keep your encryption key inside the database. So the encryption key should always be stored outside the database. Now there are two ways. Either you can store the encryption key on the server itself, which is in the form of wallets and also called key stores, which are the new name. Previously, Oracle used to call them wallets. Or you can store in a HSM, which is the hardware security module. And either you store it in HSM, it could be you could use the third-party HSM with Oracle, like Warmetric, or you could also have Oracle's own proprietary HSM, which helps to manage the keys, which is an Oracle OKV, also called Oracle Key Vault. So TDE is transparent to applications because the encryption and decryption does not require any application changes. So yeah, with this, I just wanted to give you a crux of what is TDE. Then we'll start looking into different other things like benefits of TDE, certain use cases, and then we'll start doing some demos on this as well. Thanks for watching, guys.